Run it back, nation. What is good? It is your boy DJ. So run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. Algo gang. You know what to do, man. Hit the like button on the video. That's how you pay us content creators for all this free content we constantly put out. Just hit the damn thumbs up, all right? Subscribe to the channel. Only 50% of people that watch these videos are subscribed to the channel. That's fraudulent behavior. Hit the red button. Hit the subscribe button. That would be greatly appreciated. Turn your notification bell on. Get your maxi season t-shirts at runitbackphillyshop.com. And let's get into this business, okay? James Harden did an interview with USA Today, and most of it was boring as hell, but there was a couple things that he said that I found to be quite interesting. And, you know, we can kind of read between the lines on some of the things and try to decide what some of those things mean, I guess, for the 76ers future. Now, the first thing I want to say is everybody thinks I hate James Harden as a person. I don't know James Harden as a person. You guys blur, you know, sports talk and personal lives a lot. I want James Harden off of my basketball team because I don't think James Harden cares about winning in the NBA, and I think he's more interested in being a rich party animal who hangs out with rappers instead of a player that wants to win. And I'm a Sixers fan. I want the Sixers to win for the first time in 40 years. That's the only reason I want him out of here. You know what I mean? I just want you guys to know that. It's all about my sports team, the Philadelphia 76ers, and what I think is best for them. That's where all of this anger and emotion and everything else comes from when I make these videos or I'm on podcasts or whatever else. I just want you to know that, okay? The second thing that I took from this, the second thing is what I took from this interview is that, you know, it just kind of reassures the point that I make that James Harden does not care about winning in the NBA. He cares about his businesses, his money, and he's kind of already looking forward to, you know, after his career. He kind of talks as if he's already retired. And I say it a lot. What is the motivation? When you made $200-300 million, what's the motivation to go out there, put your body on the line to try to win a championship? Not everybody cares about that. A lot of these players are perfectly content with the lifestyle that they live, and they could be perfectly happy without winning a ring. And that's why I want him out of here, because I want the Sixers to win. That's just it, okay? Let's look at some of the interesting parts of the interview and just kind of react to them on the fly. How about that? Okay, here we go.
Into your 15th season in the NBA, and that's an amazing milestone. So when you look back on your journey to this point, I mean, what are some of the things that you've learned along the way, and what do you want personally these next handful of years to look like for yourself?
I learned it's a business. I've learned it's a business. And
is that a little tiny dig at Daryl Morey? You know, I learned it's a business. I learned that people that are your friends that made you maybe a promise on a contract kind of will stab you in the back if it's not what's best for their organization. I mean, he's right, but what was Daryl supposed to do?
Overall, I think I've had an unbelievable career. You know what I mean? Like I've accomplished so many things individually and as a team.
Yeah, I agree. You've accomplished things as an individual, not as a team.
And for me, there's so many more that I feel like I need to accomplish and want to accomplish.
But yes, unbelievable career. Unbelievable career. One of the best scorers in the history of the entire game, easily.
Just as a kid, you know what I mean? Like not really having a dream or having a vision on how to make it to the NBA. And like you said, this upcoming season is my 15th year. I've done more than, you know what I mean, that anyone can ask for. So with that being said, I'm not settling. I still want more, and I still feel like I need more to accomplish. So I'll continue to work hard and continue to do the things and put the work in until I can't play basketball anymore. And then,
you see, he never said the word championship. He never said, I want to win a ring. He never said, you know, a lot of players who want to win a ring, they'll say things like, none of these accomplishments matter. I want to win the ring. I want to win the whole thing. I want to be there with, you know, with the parade down not Broad Street, but wherever he happens to be. And he just doesn't ever really mention that. He kind of just said, I'm content with my career. I had an amazing career. I accomplished a lot of things. He just seems totally satisfied with what he's done in the NBA, and that's fine. It's fine.
Then after that, I would start venturing off and making sure my wine brand gets to where it needs to, and other things that I have going on. So yeah.
You see what I mean? He already has 1 foot out the door. She asked him about his NBA career, and he's talking about his wine brand. I'm just saying he doesn't want to win. It's okay.
Being in the league for 50.
What's next? 358. Let's go to 358 because she asked a bunch of very boring questions. Here we go.
Cut the cable with Fios Home Internet and cut your internet
Come
bill to just $25 a
on.
month.
I finally cut the cable, switched to
Eastwood, you don't have YouTube Premium? Man, hell no.
Something else I know the NBA is cracking down on this upcoming season is flopping, and I'm not insinuating anything here. I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that
Are you
new
calling me
rule.
a flopper?
No, sir. I'm just curious what you think about it because I think it's going to be kind of interesting to see because I think
Yeah, you're a flopper, James. Knock it off. You're literally one of the biggest floppers in the history of the game. You might have invented flopping in your on a certain level. You invented a certain tier of flopping. Yeah, that's the answer to that.
opposing team, they're going to get a free throw, I believe. I know it's on a 1-year trial, so I'm curious what you think about it.
They put the rule in, a few years ago, and then they just kind of like went away from it. So I mean,
I say that all the time. I completely agree with that. They find Steph Curry like one time and then they just stop doing it.
honestly, like it doesn't affect me. Like I'm sure this is going to happen for everyone in the league. You know what I mean? Because
He just said it doesn't affect me. Well, when they put the rule in 2 years ago, they called it some people called it the Trae Young rule or whatever, where if the offensive player leans in and creates contact, they're not giving you the call. That has affected you, James. That you lived on that for 10 straight years, and once they stopped giving you those calls,
this is a part of the game. You know what I mean? But if it happens, it happens. You shoot a free throw and then move on. So, they're just trying to put more authenticity into the game, and I'm here for it.
what do you guys think in the comment? Let me know in the comments. Do you think who's going to lead the league in called flops resulting in the other team having a free throw? Who's going to lead the league in called flops resulting in the other teams having a free throw? I'm going to go with probably Trae Young number 1, but I'm still putting I think I'm still putting James Harden number 2. Harden, Marcus Smart, Kyle Lowry. Trae Young, Harden, Marcus Smart, Kyle Lowry. That's my top 4 floppers in the NBA.
Yeah.
Third question. Let's go to 546.
Yeah. Something else I'd love to touch on with you is player empowerment. For example, like Damian Lillard right now, he's basically saying he only wants to play for Miami.
And you're saying you only want to play for the Clippers.
When it comes to the player empowerment, do you think that's a good thing, a bad thing for a player to kind of dictate where they want to play in the league since it's so different than what it used to be now?
I see both sides of it. You know what I mean? I see both sides to where it's because I went through it, you know what I mean, to where the organization want to do what's best for them.
You went through it. You requested 3 trades in 4 years.
You know what I mean? They don't want to just give a player that basically is one of the best players they've ever had in their organization away for nothing or for less than what, you know what I mean? So I get the organization side, and then I get the player side as far as wanting to play, wanting to be somewhere, whether it's because it's the right situation for you, for your family or yourself or whatever that person is going through. So I see both sides. So if they can meet in the middle and kind of come to agreement and figure it out, then that's like the best scenario. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want an organization to send someone somewhere where they wouldn't be. You know what I mean? Because you've built a real relationship with that person. That person has done so many great things for your organization. You know what I mean? Your franchise. So, but then you don't want to give that play away for nothing. So I get both sides. So
that's a good answer, but he's kind of speaking vicariously through Damian Lillard, and he's kind of, I think, referencing, what he's done for Daryl Morey and the Houston Rockets, and he feels like Daryl Morey should trade him where he wants to be traded. What James Harden doesn't seem to understand, and a lot of these players don't seem to understand or care about, is league parity and keeping a competitive landscape across the entire NBA. And, these players have now decided, I want to play in a certain place, so let me play there. They don't care about the longevity of the NBA as a brand. They don't care about the fans whatsoever, because we've seen it. We've seen it when Kevin Durant went and joined the 73-9 Golden State Warriors. Nobody was interested in that in those seasons, bro. There was 5 straight years of the Warriors versus LeBron James. It was boring. Nobody cared, bro. The regular season meant nothing. So these players, they don't really care about the longevity of the NBA or how interesting the product is for the fan. They're being selfish, and they want to play where they want to play because they feel like they've put in the work and they deserve to play where they want to play. I guess I see both sides also, but it's not good for the NBA. But that's not really on the players. That's the NBA needs to figure out how to get away from this, players forcing their way to the team that they want to go to. The NBA needs to figure it out. And David Stern didn't seem to have this problem. Adam Silver, bro, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
It just find a balance, meet in the middle, and hopefully both sides can come to an agreement.
Also, James, Damian Lillard still has a ton of value. I just don't think James Harden really understands how low his value is at this point of his career with his age. And declining, and how his athleticism looked in big moments last season. And, you have to have, if a team's going to give up a lot for you, you just didn't really show much last season that should make the Clippers want to give up a bunch of assets for you. But I hope you end up in LA. I do. I think it's the only team that realistically, kind of makes sense in a James Harden trade right now, because they could trade for him on that player option. And if him, Kawhi, and Paul George don't work out, they can get rid of all 3 of them. It is what it is, but there's the interview. There it is. There's James Harden's interview on USA Today, and there's my thoughts on it. Give me all your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Maxi season t-shirts available now. RunItBackPhillyShop.com. I'm out of here. Peace.